Well won by Mikey Mahoney. He's doing well, standing on the far sideline, trying to work it in to younger brother Kevin. What can he do? He's coming in from the scoreboard corner. He's one thing on his mind. He takes it low, takes a shot. Back at the net by Kevin Mahoney. Set up by Mikey, buried by Kevin. We're looking for the goal. It was Passage we're looking for. It's the champions have got it.
Well, Ballygunner were in 7th heaven last Sunday after a 123 to 9 point win over Passage at Welsh Park. And to reflect on this year's county championships, delighted to be joined on the line by Dacia hurling boss Liam Cahill. And Liam, I suppose Ballygunner underlined their brilliance yet again last Sunday. It was really curtains for Passage after Kevin Mahoney found the back of the net. What impressed you about the way they defended their county title?
Thomas, I suppose the way they probably geared their performances throughout the championship. They really seemed to be gathering momentum as the championship progressed. They seemed to get better from week to week, and credit to their management there with Darragh O'Sullivan and David Franks. They seem to have got it right, as the championship progressed, as I said. But I suppose there's just their energy this time of the year would have helped them a lot as well. Playing club championship in summer conditions with the type of game they play and the way Welsh Park was last Sunday as well for the hurling they play was very conducive to executing the type of play they play, and the result speaks for itself, really.
It must have been really pleasing from your point of view, Liam, the performances of the inter-county players, especially Desi Hutchinson this season, like 623 in this year's championship. Like, it must have been, you must have been really happy with the way he kind of backed up the season he had in 2019.
Yeah, Desi, he's been the best forward, I suppose, from general play on show for the last 2 years. Really backed it up this year, as you said, Tomas, and got some marvellous scores. And in fairness, that the players out the field were always looking for him as well. And a well-coached side, getting forwards like Desi into space, you have to have that supply right. And Ballygunner seemed to be able to do that any time they got their heads up. They were well able to find Desi and the rest of the forwards who were moving all the time, and their movement was incredible. So very difficult for any back to defend when you have that kind of movement. But yeah, Desi looked very sharp throughout the championship.
He sure did. And looking at the overall picture, Liam, like Ballygunner won their 5 games by 77 points in total. Is that good for Waterford hurling that Ballygunner are so dominant?
But look, Tomas, I think a lot of people have said that to me since Sunday and even leading up to the county final. But there was still a lot of really good competitive games outside of, say, last Sunday and maybe the semi-final defeat to Lismore as well by Waterford or by Ballygunner, which was very much one-sided. But it's up, as I said, it's up to the other teams to really come up to that level, and there's nothing you can do. Ballygunner have set the standards. They are where they are. They've obviously the right structures in place at every grade, and it's a catch me if you can, and like there's no point in crying about it. It is as it is, and it's going to take other clubs that kind of a change of mindset or whatever, a change of structures. Everyone will have to look at themselves and see can they come to that level eventually. So it's difficult. It's a difficult ask. It's not the only county that would have had club sides, and dominant throughout the years. Like you would have had Turles Sarsfields and Tip would have won five in a row, and Tumivara going back to years would have won as many 5, 6 county titles within as many years. So it was just a case of everybody else getting their house in order and trying to get up to that pace, and that's what happens to us,
Looking at the championship in general, Liam, like yourself and your management team were out and about at a lot of venues across all grades. Looking at the form of the county players like Austin Gleeson, Jamie Barron, even in the intermediate grade last Sunday night, Mikey Carney and Caleb Lyons. Was that exactly what you wanted to see from them?
Yeah, we had one thing we were very conscious of making evident from the start with our players is that they, when they're in an intercounty set up, they have to be leading for their clubs, and we had a get-together there before the club championship started over a Zoom meeting, and as a management team we expressed that we'd like to see them take it on for their clubs no matter what grade they were playing, and thankfully everyone I think that is in with me currently really showed why they're in with me, and I was very happy with the way the current players on the panel acquitted themselves for their clubs. So that's vitally important, and it's a real positive sign for me as well that that you're making the right decisions.
And it must have been a big boost as well, Liam, to see Tadhg de Búrca back on the field for Clashmore after his cruciate knee ligament injury and really firing on all cylinders for them.
Yeah, Tadhg was very much like Ballygunner. He was improving as every game went on, and that was really encouraging as well. And I think Dara 5 got through a fairly rigorous club campaign as well with his club, and that's good to have got 3 or 4, 5 consistent games under his belt. So that's good when you see that, and you see them leading for their clubs. As I said, Tomas, that's very positive. So yeah, a lot of good young players out there as well. Definitely, there's without mentioning names, there's quite a number of right good young players there that if not for this championship, because of obviously if it goes ahead, Tomas, the run in will be very short, and it won't be really given great opportunity to bring in fellas immediately. But definitely for the campaign of next year, there's plenty of young players and young talent that have put their hand up throughout the course of the championships to date. So really positive from my side.
Yeah, like you touched on it there, Liam. Like 2020 is a year like no other for everybody, and that includes inter-county management teams. Like looking forward to the championship, you have a date with Cork, at the end of October, start of November. As a management team, will you stick with the panel that you had during the league, or will you look to bring in players who performed well in the club championships?
Yeah, we have to. Again, we're not officially back till the 14th of September, and I think I haven't seen the players in quite a while now. So that aside, I have to sit down with the management team and have a look, obviously, at what we've seen over the last couple of weeks, Tomas. So I don't foresee major surgery between now and the start of the championship, as I said, but definitely for the start of next year, there's plenty of options out there.
And I just have a final question for you, Liam. Like the Munster semi-final, as I said, is penciled in for the weekend of the 31st of October. Would you be confident at this stage that the inter-county championship will take place?
Yeah, Tomas, we're getting all the vibes that Croke Park are anxious to have a championship. They're prepared, from what we're led to believe, to provide funding for it as well. And I think it would be a positive now with the way the year has gone for everybody. That we have sport and hopefully GA into the winter to kind of shorten the year and keep the morale high in everybody for 2021. So from what we're led to believe, the GA are very anxious to kick on and commit to the days at the 14th of September of letting inter-county teams back training and putting a championship structure in place, and hopefully that will happen, and we can all try and get back to some sort of normality before the end of the year.
Now you're hurling. Lorna Porca with Tomas McCarthy on WLR.
Well, veteran forward JJ Hutchinson stepped away from the Ballygunner senior side in the team huddle after last Sunday's county final. As the Gunners toasted 7 in a row, I caught up with JJ and his younger brother Desi.
Every good thing comes to an end, I didn't know, it was hard coming back, when you get into your mid-30s, that I am now. So look, but I said I'd give it one more rattle, and thankfully I got game time alongside Desi today. I'm usually coming on for him, but we got game time together, so it just feels like the right moment. So it's not goodbye to the club, it's just to the senior bank.
Desi, how much an inspiration has JJ been to you over the years?
It's unbelievable, to be honest, Tomas. If I can do half of what he's after doing these 16, 17 years with Ballygunner, I'll be doing well. So look, sad to see him go, but he's left it in a good place, and a lot of young lads look up to the likes of himself, and even Wayne, and there's a lot of other lads that are there as well that are gone. Shane O'Sullivan, they look up to these lads, and that's what drives this club forward.
How does your second county medal compare to your first, is it?
Look, it's brilliant. It was tough, like you see today, no supporters in the stand, and you have to really get together on the field. You have to create that atmosphere yourself, and it was strange, but look, it gets better and better.
Now you're hurling. Lorna Porca with Tomas McCarthy on WLR.
Well, in the intermediate decider, Mikey Carney shot 19 points as Ballyduff Upper got the better of Ballyduff Lower, 132 to 223, and he told Gavin Whelan that it was his best game in a Ballyduff jersey.
Yeah, I'd say it is now. It was kind of back on the freeze there this year, so it's they're kind of a confidence thing, you know, when they're going right for you, you know, it kind of gets more out of you from play. So like I said though, it doesn't really matter who scores. Like the last 2 days, other players stepped up against Slashmore, you know, so, and against Shamrock, so it really doesn't matter at the end of the day as long as we're on the right side of the scoreline.
I suppose bringing that bit of silverware back to a club when you haven't had it in quite a while, it's something special as well. Yeah,
of course it is, especially for the older people in the club, like, you know, fellas there. I don't want to name names because I'd forget someone, but it means a lot for them now. They couldn't be here today, and with this COVID, you know, they're finding things tough, maybe stuck in their homes and can't get out as much. So it was just lucky that hopefully they got to see the game today, and hopefully that get around maybe to their house or something can happen during the week that they can see the silverware, because only for them people the club wouldn't be where it is. So just glad that we could do it for them.
Now you're hurling. Lorna Porca with Tomás McCarthy on WLR.
Well, Tramore were triumphant in the junior decider against Colligan. Here are the thoughts of captain Brendan Hogan.
It's absolutely massive for us. The last 3 years we've been building this team. Like the work that has been put into us and the work that we've put in is just phenomenal. Like, and it's just days like this that it just really pays off. And it's not even just for us. Like it's for all the young lads. Like the whole of Tramore is behind us. The young fellas, you see, they're just mad to see it. Like they love to see it. They know us all by name. Like we're down training when they're training, and it just gives them such a boost to see us going somewhere. So,
well, thanks so much for tuning into this edition of Lorna Porca. Until next time, slán go fóill.
We love Waterford. We are WLR.